Hey guys, so it's been a busy couple weeks. It finally warmed up and we were able to get into the field and subsoil and plow and perfect and get ground ready to plant. And the past 2 weeks it's been ground prep and a lot of planting. And that's why you haven't heard from us for a little bit, because season started and we've gotten busy. I just wanted to give you a quick update and also give you a quick tip on tomatoes while I'm doing it, because I think it's a good tip. But we just trimmed our onions. We got to finish giving them a little bit of a haircut on Monday. Our high tunnel peppers are flourishing and getting huge, and same thing with our tomatoes, and that's what I want to talk about. We have put about we have transplanted in the past week about 500 128 cell trays. So do the math there. We have direct seeded about 3.5 acres between onions, spinach, carrots, beets. In the past week, we have started to rip out our high tunnels to get ready to plant our summer crops. Our flowers are growing and doing amazing, getting ready for Mother's Day in a couple weeks. And we just seeded another 330 trays in the greenhouse today. So lots of plants, lots of planting, lots of rotation. We're going to be getting into field harvest with spinach and hopefully our onions in the next couple weeks here. So it's exciting. Things are growing. Things are doing really well. It looks like we're getting some warm weather. We got a really nice rain today. I was able to have a slight farmer's holiday and not work crazy today, although we're still putting in those hours. But anyways, I want to give a quick tomato tip, if you will. Tomatoes are like weeds, like many of you know, and they like to grow and they grow and they grow and they grow. One big thing in greenhouse, especially your early settings, is one, you don't want to plant them too early if you don't have the pot size and the space, because they'll grow like trees. They want to look for the sunlight, and they'll grow and they'll grow and they'll grow. So we plant ours into 4-inch pots. These are like a taller pot, if you will. And I like the taller pot because it gives a little more room for root development and gives it some space for those plants to grow a little bigger. But the one thing is that you can start them. We start them in these 18 cell trays and we keep them in them until we get to the field. Anyways, they like to grow and they like to grow and they like to grow. And so what we've learned in the past, these guys they're ready to go in the ground. And hopefully, I don't know if it'll be this week, but it'll definitely be the week after, getting them into the ground. But we try to separate them and spread them out as much as we can so they don't grow like trees and get 3 feet tall in the greenhouse. And then they're these spindly little things and they just want to fall over and break, which has happened to us many times in the past. These are at the stage where they're just starting to do that. So what we did is we took the tray that was 18 and we split that in half. So we put 9 in a flat instead of 18. And that spread out so they had some room between themselves in the tray, so they didn't go, which worked for the past 2 weeks. They are supposed to go in the ground. They were supposed to go in the ground this week. It's been a little cold. We were reaping the benefits of our green still, which happens every year. But what I'm doing now is all these plants are bunched together, like you can see down here. Look at this, the slew of tomatoes, the sea of tomatoes. So what I'm doing is taking them from this and I'm putting them like this. And I know it doesn't look much different, but if you look closer, I'm spacing these out even more. So there's a lot more air, there's a lot more sunlight to get in there. So hopefully this is going to prevent them from going up, and keep them from, or have them start spreading out a little farther, branching out a little more outward instead of upward, if you will. So that's the case here. Like I said, some of these are getting a little tall, especially over there. Some of those are getting a little taller, but they're at a good height right now. I'm not too worried about it. Again, this will help them branch out a little more and keep them from getting really wobbly. So anyways, tip of the day, don't plant your tomatoes too early, and really have enough room to spread them out if they're not going in the ground right away, depending on the weather. And stay tuned for when these are in the ground, and hopefully less than 10 days. Thanks, guys.